Hello, students. Hope you are doing well. Hope everything is fine with you and hope you will stay safe. And I really hope this coronavirus situation ends very soon because it's really annoying. And I don't know if we'll finish it soon or not. Anyway, guys, today in this video, I'm going to explain three concepts of Unit 14, which is real life function, direct proportion, and inverse of a function. Okay, so the first thing I have to explain real life function. Guys, in the last concepts, we were explaining. We were giving you questions like we'll give you the equation and or the coordinate, and we want you to draw the graph. But in this in this concept, we will do the opposite. We will give you the coordinates, we will give you the graph, and we want you to find the equation. Okay. Before I explain this example, there's something that you must know. The equation must look like this: y equal mx plus c. Okay, so m is a shown number, like number we can see is a number, and c also is a shown number, that number that also we can see. Okay, so how we can find m find by the gradient. So if I'm going to find the gradient of the equation, of the graph, it means I will find m. For c, I'm going to explain it later, right now, not now. So let me explain this example, example 9. The following estimate is received for printing copies of a wedding program. You have the table here is in front of you, and they are asking us to find an equation giving the cost y and x for copies. Now they prepared the graph for us here. So how can I find the equation of this one? First of all, I have to find the gradient. As I told you, the equation must looks like this: mx plus c. So I have to find the gradient first. The gradient of this equation, I'm going to take these 2 points. Any 2 points you like, it's acceptable. I'm going to take this one and this one. So it will be 300. This point x is 300 and y is 16.5. First point is x 300 and y is 16.5. And the second one, this point, x is 100 and y is 12.5. 100, 12.5. Okay, so how can I find m here? M equal 16.5 minus 12.5 over 300 minus 100. Don't forget that to find the gradient, the y of the highest point minus y of the lower point over x of the highest point minus x of the lower point. So here m will be 4 over 200, and the answer will be 0.02. So the equation will be y equal 0.02 times x plus c. Now, how can I find c? This is the question. How can I find c? Finding c is very easy. Check this line, the line of the coordinates or the point that I have. Where does this line touch y-axis? It touches here in this point. Okay, so ask yourself a question. What is this point? This point here, x is 0 and y is 10.5. So the point is x is 0 and y is 10.5. So this 10.5 is c. Yani the final shape of the equation will be y equal 0.02x plus 10.5. Okay, in other words, how can I find c? In other words, I can find c when I find the point of x equals 0, x must be 0, And what is y here? Y is 10.5. This y is c. So the most important thing, or to find c, just make x 0. Where is the point? If x is 0, y will be c. Now in this is how I find the equation of the graph. Now the second question is, estimate the cost of 325 copies. Okay, they told me already the copies is for x's. X is for copies. Now instead of x, I'm gonna substitute it. I'm gonna substitute x with 325. So y equals 0.02 times 325 plus 10.5. If you'll do the calculation, the final answer will be $17. It means if I want to buy like 300, if I want to copy 325 copies, I have to pay $17 for them. Okay, hope that you understand this concept, and if anything like it's not clear, you can ask me on the group, or you can send me a message privately. I have no problem. To make sure that you understand this concept, I'm going to solve some questions. I'm going to start with question 4 because it's really important. This one, it's page 230. Question 4 is saying, Mr. Khan is a plumber. The table shows his fees for 3 jobs. Okay, this table, number of X hours, 1, 2, and 5 hours, he gets $60, $80, and $140. So the first question is, draw a graph to show this information with number of hours on the x-axis and fee in dollars on the y-axis. Okay, so I'm going to prepare the graph right now and I'll come back to you. Okay guys, so this is the graph. It's ready right now. The first one is 160 to 80, 540. Okay, this is the first question, A. Okay, question B, find the gradient of the graph. What does this tell you? Okay, find the gradient of this graph. Gradient, which is highest point minus lowest point. Okay, this point is x is 5, y is 140, and the lowest one, y is 1. X is 1 and y is 60. Now how can I find here? It's 140 minus 60 over 5 minus 1. Gradient equal 80 over 4, and the gradient is 20. Okay. Now for question C, find the y-intercept of the graph. What is by the way guys, y-intercept, just let me see, where is it? Okay, this one. C is the same as y-intercept. So when I ask you to find C, it means find y-intercept, or if the question is telling you find y-intercept, it means find C. Okay, now I explained how we can find C by making x is 0. Find the point of x is 0. This line, okay, touch the y-axis on the point 0, 40. It means this one is C or y-intercept. So the answer for question C is 40. Okay. Now, Mr. Brown is also a plumber. He makes a $20 call out charge and has an hourly rate of $25. It means this guy, Mr. Brown, if I'm gonna just call him to come, he will take $20, and each 1 hour he will add $25 for that $20 that I already paid. Now they are asking me in question D, draw the graph of Mr. Brown. The question is, how can I draw the graph if I don't have the information, if I don't have the coordinates? So I have to prepare one for them. one for Mr. Brown. Okay, now to prepare the table for Mr. Brown, he said, if I'm just call him like without any hour, just 0, he will get $20. Okay, for 1 hour, after 1 hour, for each hour he gets like 25 more than the $20. It means this one will be 20 plus 25, the answer will be 45. For 1 hour he will get 45. For 2 hours, now this 45 plus 25, what I will get? It will be 70. For 3 hours, and 70 plus 25, the answer will be 95. For 4 hours, it will be 120, and 5 hours will be 145. Okay. Yeah, everything is okay right now. So I have to draw this information for Mr. Brown. By the way, this is Mr. Khan. Okay, information of Mr. Brown on the same graph. Okay, so the first one is 0, 20. This is 0, 20. Okay, second one, 1. This is 1, and this is 45 approximately here. Okay, 2, 70. This is 70. This is 2, must be here. 420. Where's 120? This is 120. Sorry, 395. Okay, so this is 95 approximately, and this 3, 420. And 545, which is here. Wait, sorry, here. Okay. Just connect the lines. I mean, connect the points. Sorry. Sorry. Okay. Okay, so this is for Mr. Brown. Okay, this question, draw a graph showing Mr. Brown keys on the same axis. By the way, you can do it better than me on your copybook. Now, question E, what is the point of intersection of the two graphs? By the way, the point is here, which is, I noticed that once I was like drawing the point, which is 420. This is for question E. E is 420. This is the point of intersection. These two lines, they intersected with each other in this point 420. Okay, last question, they are asking me, if I have a plumbing job that is estimated to take 3 hours, which plumber would be cheapest? Okay, so we have already Mr. Brown. He's going to take $95 for 3 hours. Okay, for Mr. Khan, I don't have here 3 hours. How can I find it? As you can see, as you can notice that, guys, for each 1 hour he will take $20. Okay, so the third hour will be 100. Is that correct? First hour he will get 60, second hour he will get 80, third hour he will get $100. So Mr. Khan, for 3 hours he will get $100, while Brown, for 3 hours he will get $95. Which one is the cheapest? Of course, Mr. Brown will be the cheapest. Okay, guys, hope that you understood this concept, real life function. And if you have any question, you can ask me on the in the group or privately. I have no problem. Guys, you have question 5 and question 7 homework, and I already asked you for homework. You didn't send it to me. So please, guys, take it seriously, and I hope that you can send me the homework that I asked you to do. Okay? Once I get your homework, once I see your work or your job, your homework, I will send you the answers to check if your answers is correct or not. Okay, direct proportion is very easy. Just let me prepare something and I will come back to you. Okay, guys, so the direct proportion is just like combination of these two concepts, like real life function and like the equation, giving you the equation and you find the graph, or giving you the graph and you find the equation. It's just like the same idea, and nothing, no need to explain anything. But I will solve question 3 because question 3 is really important. Question 3 is saying I change $80 into 64 euro. Assuming the exchange rate doesn't change, draw a graph to show this information with the euros on the x-axis and US dollars on the y. Okay, before that, guys, I don't have coordinates here. Okay, I have only one coordinate, and the one coordinate is they already told me $80. Yes, $80 and 68. Each $80 is 64 euro. Okay, so how can I find the coordinates, guys, in order to draw the graph? Okay, y. Before that, as they told me here in the question, the US dollars is for y, which is this the first coordinate, and the euro is for x is for euros. So this is the first coordinate that I have. Okay, because in the question they said this, they wrote this word, it doesn't change. It means I can't find an equation to find the other coordinates. Guys, each $80 is 64 euro. Okay, let's see, $20. How many euros? Cross method. So it will be 20 times 64 over 80. The answer will be, let me check, I guess 16. 20 times 64 divided by 80. Yes, 16. Okay. Guys, I have dollars here. This one is dollars. It means what? X or Y? It will be Y. This one is X. And 16 euro, just $20. This is the second coordinate. Okay. The third coordinate, I can find another point. It will be like $80. There is 64 euro. Let's say $40. How many euros? Okay. It will be 40 times 64 over 80. The answer will be 32, by the way. Okay, so the third coordinate, it will be the dollars is 40 and the euro is 32, just x and y as the question said. Okay, now let me prepare the coordinate and I'll come back to you. Okay, guys, so the graph now is ready. The first coordinate is 64 and y is 80. So this is 80 and this is 64. Approximately here is 64. Yeah, this is the first point. Okay, the second point is 1620. This is approximately 16 and here is 20. . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . Okay, so this is the second point. The third point is 3240. This is 32 and this is 40. This one. Okay, so the line must go, there's something wrong, must go like this. I don't think there's something wrong. Yeah, there is something wrong, guys. Yeah, this one must be 20, sorry, and 16 must be here. 16 on x's, yeah, and this one must be 20 here. Yeah, as you can see, y is 20. Here. Okay, guys. This is the line. Now this is the line. First point, second point, and third point. Okay. The second question they're asking us, find the equation connecting number of euros and number of US dollars in the form y equal mx. It means, guys, in this case, c will be 0, or I don't have to find c. They didn't ask me to find c, so خلاص, I'm just gonna find the m, which is the gradient. The first point is, as we said, the highest, minus this one. It will be this is the first point, 6480, and the second point will be 1620. So it will be 80 minus 20 over 64 minus 16. If you will do the calculation, you must get the answer 1.25. M must be 1.25. Do the calculation, you will get 1.25. Okay, so the final equation will be y equal 1.25 times x. This is 4b. Guys, question C, using the graph to find how many euros I will get for $73 and how many euros I will get in $31. Guys, the graph always is not accurate. Always is not accurate. So once you have such a kind of question, use the equation. Always try to use the equation. So here, for the first one, if how many euro I will get? Yeah, how many euro I will get if I have $73. Yeah, so in the question they already told us x is for euros, euro. So I have y, which is $73. Instead of y, I'm gonna put the dollars, which is 73 equal 125. Sorry, 12.5 x. I have to find x. Now, if I'm gonna take 1.25 to the other side, it will be 73 divided by 1.25. Y divided, because here it's multiplication, equals x. So x must be, if you will do the calculation here, you will find as 58.40. Okay, this is for finding the euros. Now they here they're asking me in the second one, they're asking me how many dollars I will get if I have 31 euro. How many dollars I will get? So as we decide, y is for dollars, 1.25 x, and x is for euros. Okay, so I have here y equal 1.25 times 31. Instead of x, I'm gonna put 31. y equal, if you will do the calculation, guys, you must get $38.75. Okay, hope you understand the direct proportion, which is really easy, really easy. If you have any question, you can ask me, guys. Now, the third concept I'm going to explain today is inverse function. So, inverse function is basically depending on BIDMAS. Okay, if you know BIDMAS very well, we'll have no problem with inverse function. Now, if I give you such a question, for example, fx equal 3x minus 2. What is the first step I need to do here in order to solve this equation according to BIDMAS? Of course, I will start with the multiplication, am I right? So x, then I'm gonna multiply it by 3, then I will minus it by 2. In this case, I will find the answer. Okay, this is the function, but inverse function, fx to the power of negative 1. When you see this power of negative 1, it means I want you to find the inverse of this equation. Inverse function, exactly, it is starting from the end, and everything I have to put it on the opposite side. Like, for example, here it is negative, I have to put it positive 2. Okay, then here it was multiplication, I will divide it by 3. It's as simple as this. Let me give you another example. Let me explain the example that they already gave us in example 11. The function is fx equal 3x plus 2 minus 1. Okay, what is the function of this one? Of course, in the beginning, I have to start with the brackets according to the BIDMAS. Yani, x, first of all, plus 2. Okay, then after I finish this, I will multiply it by 3, and then what I will get after that, in the end, I will minus it by 1. This is the function. Okay, now if I want to start with the inverse function, don't forget to put the negative 1 here. It's important because it refers to inverse. Without negative, it refers to only function. Okay, the inverse function, I will start from here first. So it's plus 1, x plus 1. Then, what is after that? It was multiplying by 3. What is the opposite of multiplication? It will be dividing by 3. Okay, in the end, here it was plus 2. What is the opposite of plus? Minus 2. Here you go. It's as simple as this. So the inverse function, if I want to write the inverse function, x plus 1, then the second step was dividing by 2. It means this one must be between brackets because I started with the addition and subtraction. According to BIDMAS, I cannot start with addition or subtraction unless if they are in between brackets. Divided by 3. After I finish all this calculation, I'm gonna minus 2. So this is the inverse function. Okay, guys? Now, let me solve some questions. Okay, so here, question 8 is nice and really important. I have a function. The function is fx equal 4x plus 1. Find a inverse function, negative 1. Okay, so find the inverse function. First of all, to make it easy for me, guys, let me write the function itself. It is x, then times 4, then plus 1. So the inverse will be x minus 1, then divided by 4. Okay, as you can see here in the first step was subtraction. How can I start with subtraction before multiplication or division according to BIDMAS? Unless I put it between brackets, and that's what I will do. So the inverse function here, it will be x minus 1 between brackets divided by 4. Your answer here will be correct. Okay. For question B, what if f is 2? f2. f2. Guys, notice that they didn't put negative here. It means they are not asking us to find the inverse function. Here, they are telling us just solve the equation itself. By the way, guys, the equation was fx, where is it? Equal 4x plus 1. When they wrote here instead of x2, it means I have to substitute this x by 2. Yani, it will be f2 equal 4 times 2 plus 1. 4 times 2 is what? 8. Plus 1, 8 plus 1. The final answer will be 9. Okay? So when you see such a kind of questions like f a number, it means I have to substitute x with this number. Let me check C. C, f negative 1, it means the inverse function. Okay? 9. Okay, we found the inverse function already here. This is the inverse function. The inverse function was fx negative 1 equal, the inverse function was x minus 1 over 4 between brackets. Okay, so instead of x here, I'm gonna put 9. Okay, guys, yani f x to the power of negative 1, I mean 9, sorry, to the power of negative 1 equal 9 minus 1 over 4 f 9 to the power of negative 1 equal 8 over 4, and the final answer will be sorry, will be 2. Okay, that was for C. For question D, also inverse function of 2. So the inverse function, as we said, was x minus 1 over 4. So the inverse function of 2. Now instead of x, I'm gonna put 2 only. 2 minus 1 over 4 equal 1 over 4. This is the final answer. Okay, hope you understand it. You understand all these three concepts. I guess it's really easy. No need to be like confused. It's really easy, and if anything not clear, you can send me a message to explain it for you. I have really no problem. Okay, guys, best of luck, and I'll see you later. Stay safe.